Family, what's going on? It's Kyle Henderson of Bama Football on YouTube. Can I get a roll tide inside the comment box? I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for joining me this morning right here on Bama Football on YouTube. It is game day, right? It is game day. I will be live about 15 minutes before the game today for our watch along. So if you want to come and watch the game with me, it's just a watch along. So I watch the game with you. We make observations and, we watch Alabama today roll against Louisiana Monroe. If you haven't put a score prediction in, put a score prediction in. Yesterday, we took a bunch of calls. It was a good show yesterday. I had an amazing time listening to everybody call in, we had calls from Alaska. We had calls from Maine, right? From Opelika to Maine. It was crazy. So anyways, good morning to everybody. I appreciate you guys being here. Remember, our raffle, which will be spun at the beginning of our watch along today, is $5 to get in for this Alabama Block A hat, right? So $5. And the way to get into the raffles is Bama_YouTube and Cash App Bama YouTube. All right. So I want to get right into it. Look, the news is out that Ryan Williams will not be playing today against Louisiana Monroe, right? So I'm not shocked by this. This was probably something that it's not like huge news, but it is news. I mean, this is Ryan Williams, right? This is one of the biggest names in college football, right? Yeah, I think you have like Jeremiah Smith, and then you have Ryan Williams. I mean, let's face it. He's on the face of every single place that I go. And they were talking about, even going in Tampa and seeing Ryan Williams on the billboards. All right, so he will not play today against Louisiana Monroe. Concussion protocol, right? That's what he's going through. What I was thinking, too, is I was like, you know what? Ryan Williams also missed the spring game or whatever Frankenstein thing that was. Remember the A-Day thing? So I get it. It's Louisiana Monroe. Do you need all your players? In my opinion, yeah, clearly the guy has a concussion or whatever, but are we getting to a point in college football to where if you're playing like these games where you're 30-point favorites, the stars just don't play? I don't know, right? So hopefully Ryan Williams gets back to full health, and he's, won't be out there today, right? So probably low impact level for today, but it is what it is. This is the truth. All right. So let me say good morning to some people inside the comment box. Tonette, turn up. What's up? I appreciate you. Boris, good morning to you. Max Tooney, thank you very much for being here. KTK, what's up? Mindy Miss Careless. We got 1J2 coming up to us. What's up? Crystal, I got you inside the raffle. Thank you so much. Mario Gase, what's going on? Parker Hughes, Jeff, Ryan, Dominic, Dano, Crimson Dreams, Oceanic Jazz. What's up, Oceanic Jazz? Damon Owens, who else? We got a huge crew up in here. Larry Smith, good morning. Jeff, Bullmastiff, what's up? Ashton Sparks, Daryl Stevens, Kyle's like, I want to win the raffle. David Reed, what's up? Jarvis, my boy, good to see you. Ron Self, Dylan Beckman, Nicole Covington, and a ton of other people up inside the chat. I appreciate you guys. And everyone's like, why do you always say hi to the people who are watching the show? Because these are the damn people that want to be here. And I'm excited, right? I live my life at a very high level, and I hope you do too. And I appreciate you guys, right? So thank you. All right. So if I didn't say what's up to you, hold it against my head, not my heart, right? So Ryan Williams out. This is what the injury report is looking like, all right? So you got, we'll go full screen. It looks like Jaden Roberts will be back, which is good. I'm curious to see what Jaden Roberts brings to the table. That offensive line definitely needs to turn it up today for sure. Jeremiah Beeman out. He will be out for the entire season. I still think that's a big impact. Tim Keenan, he's out as well. That's a captain, right? He's out. Maybe next week he'll come back. Jam Miller, he's out. I would imagine that he could come back next week as well. We'll have to look. I promise we're going to be happy at the end of this day. And going into next week, those are big. Look, those are big components maybe coming back, at least to keep Wisconsin like, okay, these guys get their starting defensive tackle and the captain back, and Jam Miller, their starting running back. All right. And Ryan Williams out. Who's had their coffee? Have you guys had their coffee? I'll put a hat on later on. I don't know which hat I'm rolling with today. Do you have a suggestion? I go the black the Tide one, the red one, the Crimson. People have been feeling the Crimson one. I don't know. All right, so I mentioned the raffle already. Get in, Bama_YouTube Cash App. We'll spin it at the beginning of our watch along today. The receivers. All right, so this is the big thing today going into this game. You have Ryan Williams, who is out. So I was thinking about, like, who's going to be the next part of this big three? Isaiah Horton, Jeremy Bernard, everyone, say it with me. Rico Suave. Rico. Can you roll your R's like that? Rico Suave. All right, so Rico is in. You also have some other wide receivers, and I guess the word is out there that other players are going to play today. That's like the big thing, right? I'm going to get to that in just a second. Don't let me finish my point on that. But, you know, Cole Adams, where were you last week? You got to play. Jalen Hell, you got to play. Lazier Brooks, you got to play, right? Man, I can't wait to, man, when Lazier gets on, that stadium better go crazy. Same thing with this guy. This guy is so underrated, Cole Adams. Can't sleep on Cole Adams, man. This is a good group of wide receivers right here, right? So I was thinking about it. I think I have it. Where do I have it? Oh, here we go. So I was thinking about it. This is probably what the offense could look like today. I do not know if Jaden Roberts will start. I would imagine he plays, but here he is in red. You could, you know, theoretically have Geno Vandermark there again. I don't know who starts, but I kind of put the guys in red as, you know, these are kind of like backups, right? So let's just say Jaden Roberts starts today. That's something that we're watching at the guard position. Richard Young, Kevin Riley, Daniel Hill, those are your running backs. I put Rico Scott here. Look, the expectation from what I heard, there's already team reporters talking about this, is that Rico Scott will start at the slot position, all right? Can we get a thumbs up inside the comment box for Rico Scott? Let's see how many thumbs up we can get for Rico Scott. You know, this is a guy that we should all be excited about. There's many different reasons why. I like guys who don't complain. I like guys who, you know, just kind of wait for their opportunity. It's easy to get jumpy and just bounce out somewhere, right? But Rico Scott is not that guy. Yo, Rico Scott is an absolute monster, all right? So he's 6 foot, 200 pounds. Maybe he's more suited for the slot position. I don't know. Rico the Diesel. All right, he's a redshirt freshman. All right. During his career so far, he has 7 receptions and 2 touchdowns. All right. He caught a touchdown last year. Think about this. Ooh, this is interesting. Am I the only one to come up with this? I don't know. You know, Rico Scott has caught a touchdown in each of his last 2 games. In the last 2 games that Alabama has played, the scary stat is Alabama is 0-2, right? But the positive is that Rico Scott has caught a touchdown in each of those games. Did he catch a touchdown against Michigan, right? I think he did. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did he score a touchdown against Michigan? I can't remember. Either way, he scored a touchdown last week. So he has 2 touchdowns in his career. And the crazy thing about Rico Scott is not only is he returning kickoff returns as well, but 23.5 miles per hour. So I think I would imagine he's the fastest guy on the team. Is there someone faster than him? And I agree, William. When Ryan Williams comes back, you saw what you saw from the slot position. Put him on the outside and let him cook on the outside. I'm surprised we didn't get more thumbs up for Rico Scott inside the comment box. Yo, Rico Scott's. I know you guys love Rico Scott, right? And I know a lot of people calling probably for Lazier Brooks as well. And you kind of look to these wide receivers, and some of them are more built for the slot position or for the perimeter and the outside. I personally like my slot wide receiver, somebody who's a little bit stronger, which I thought Ryan Williams had put on some good weight, and he was ready to be that guy across the middle and draw mismatches, right? Use him in motion. Maybe, I don't know. We saw what we saw. And we got enough guys in the wide receiver room, so I think we're fine in that particular area. Yeah, Chris, if you want to get into the raffle, the Venmo works for sure. All right. All right. So I appreciate you guys going over. Let me ask you this. Do you think that when we look to the wide receivers right here, what do you got? Like, we didn't really get a lot to see. We didn't get a large sample size from Isaiah Horton. I still think that he's going to be really dangerous as well. See, exactly. That somebody was just asking about Isaiah Horton. I don't know what happened in this last game. He might have got like a small ankle or something like that. It didn't seem serious. This is what, if people are confused on the raffle, this is what we raffling right here. This nice Block A hat. It's $5 to get in. You can get in 3 times, and then we spin a pinwheel, and we'll spin it on our watch along show in the beginning. So $5 to get in. There's not a lot of people in the raffle today, to be honest. So you have a good shot. And then during the game, we'll probably do like a jersey. And the last 4 digits of my phone number, do you guys know them? This is crazy. The last 4 of my phone number, don't tell anybody, all right? It's my name, all right? So K-Y-L-E. Figure that out on your phone, all right? I got a quick message from our sponsor, Sleeper, and then I'll be right back with kind of what's at stake and kind of keys to the game against Louisiana Monroe. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back in like 30 seconds. Family, what's up? Kyle Anderson, Bama Football on YouTube. As you know, I partnered up with Sleeper this year. One of the great things that you can do is you can make picks in terms of more or less, right? And you can get 100% match up to $100. Use the promo code, which is RTR. Terms and conditions apply. I'm going to take John Mateer right here over 2 touchdowns against Michigan. Do you guys agree? Let me know inside the comment box. You also got Justice Haynes. I think he'll have another strong performance. Give him over 65 yards against Oklahoma. I had to pick one more. I'm going to go with Arch Manning. I know he had a tough day at the ballpark, but give me over for Arch Manning, 278. They probably let him throw for like 300 or something like that. After you've done that, make sure that you have, you can choose how much you want to put in, $1, $5, $10. It shows you the winning amount right there, but it's just more or less. It's fun to play. This is something that I do along with fantasy football on Sleeper. Really easy to do, super fun interface, and I'm sure if you play fantasy football, you already know about Sleeper. So remember, get 100% match up to $100. Use the promo code RTR, and let me know inside the comment box what you think about my picks this weekend going into week 2 of the college football season. All right, that's our message from Sleeper. They're a sponsor this year. I appreciate it. If you're interested to be a sponsor, my numbers are crazy. Hit me up at nmpreps@gmail.com. I'd be really grateful for opportunity. The Facebook channel is also banging. I had 9.2 million views on the Facebook channel, which is crazy. All right, we talked about the wide receivers. I wanted to talk to you real quick about the defense as well, right? Because when you look to the defense, you look to Quay Rusa, right, being the wolf position. But right here with the interior defensive lineman, you got Edric Hill and James Smith, right? Those guys will be your starters today, I would imagine, because Tim Keenan and James Beeman now out, right? So this is what we're looking like from a defensive perspective. I had to tell you, okay? I had to tell you about Deontay Lawson. I just don't know. Oh, man, I feel weird. I feel like he's not 100%. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel. Do you guys agree with me? I don't know if this is a thing where you hold him out, like he's going to get, better at some point in time, or if this is just kind of it. Somebody pointed to yesterday that it was more like Dylan Moses, kind of like reminiscent of Dylan Moses. I don't know, man. I hate it because Deontay Lawson is clearly that guy last year. I don't know. He looked like a liability, to be honest, against Florida State. And I think if I'm playing Alabama, I'm still running right at Alabama because they're missing their defensive tackles. This guy's a liability. Justin Jefferson, I saw him get thrown up in the air. Nakai Hill-Green, he went out with the injury. It's like if you really want to talk facts, those are kind of the facts about Alabama's interior right here. Now, I don't have an issue with LT Overton. I don't really have an issue with Quay Rusa other than the fact that I get it. Sometimes I have to say things that are uncomfortable to listen to as like an Alabama channel, but this really, and I don't want to get upset this morning. It's Saturday. I'm actually in a really good mood. I have my nice little polo shirt on. But damn, where is the pressure? Why do you not? Are you screaming as well? Like when you watch, where's the quarterback pressure? Let me see. Thumbs up if you want to see more quarterback pressure. That means to me, what that means is like blitzes from the inside linebackers, maybe from a corner, maybe from the outside. It seems like there's not a lot of pass rush for Alabama, right? Chance, I got you in the raffle as well, bro. I don't know. It seems like pass rush is just is like non-existent. And I get it. The schematics and going against, a quarterback like Tommy C will be different than going against Louisiana Monroe's quarterback. I don't know. Tommy C, and the thing about it, that guy was a menace. My goodness, that guy was a menace. He called his shot. You couldn't stop him. These quarterbacks, man, they can. Now he's selling merchandise. Let's see, Clint Reeves, because the film guy shredded him up, right? And Clint says this, Kyle, they only dropped back 14 times the whole game. Damn, that's crazy. Why are we dropping linebackers in coverage? He's got to get downhill. Paul Laws, what's up, man? I appreciate you. Are they going to be live on YouTube? I will be live on YouTube today for the watch along. So come back 15 minutes before the game. If you want to watch, the watch along and watch the game with me, that's cool. That's what we do. So we'll see, but that's certainly an area that has to improve, in my opinion. Here's a look at the injury report today if you're just here. Jaden Roberts back today. Jeremiah Beeman out. Tim Keenan out. Jan Miller out. Ryan Williams out. I mean, it's week 2, fam. It is week 2. Here's a look at your defensive line. You'll be without Tim Keenan and Jeremiah Beeman, just to give you kind of a visual of who will be out there today. James Smith and I think Edric Hill will be the starters, and then I think Kelby Collins will probably get a little bit of rotation. I would watch for Isaiah Faga. This guy's really talented, kind of an underrated name. Steve Mbumwa did not travel with the team. I'm sure you'll see him today. And then London Simmons, a freshman, got some opportunities last week as well. All right, for me, for today, do you agree with me? And this is I would like some feedback here. All right, what do you want to see for today? Like, clearly, keys to the game. Do we really have to go over, keys to the game? We understand what they have to do. But these are the particular areas that I think it's really easy, like what I'm watching today. Do you agree with this? What are you watching today? This is what I'm watching. The quarterback play is going to 100% be under the microscope, okay? Was last weekend's loss Ty Simpson's fault? No, it wasn't. All right. Is Ty Simpson still the guy? Yes. Okay. Until we see something completely drastic, until we no momentum from the offense, he's still the guy. So get off that he's not the guy. And that doesn't mean I don't like Keelan or Austin. All right. I want to see the quarterback play, and I want him to be accurate. I want him to feel comfortable. What does he do? Because there were some building blocks. Now, I have to ask you this as well. Staying on point one with the quarterback, do you think other quarterbacks will play today? I have no idea what the score will be or whatever. But if you get in a situation to where you can get some other quarterbacks opportunities, I think, yes, you see other quarterbacks. And I do feel that Austin Mack will be the first quarterback to come off the bench. I don't know. That's kind of how I feel. I feel he's number 2. So, watching the quarterback play. And Dano asked a damn good question. I think this is about Ty Simpson, right? Is right here. Was last week Ty's ceiling or his floor? Wow. I would say this. I like this. It clearly wasn't, his ceiling. Because of the offensive line. Now, you could ask that about the offensive line too. Was last week? This is scary. Okay? Was the offensive line, was that their ceiling or was that their floor? I think you got to think that was their floor, I hope. Maybe Jaden Roberts, who's pictured right here, will kind of help elevate it a little bit more. All right? But look, if Austin Mack comes in, if Keelan Russell comes in, you damn well bet we are going to be like this on those guys. His belt is missing a loop. So that's what we do. We will be critical of the guys because we expect greatness. Coach Saban said yesterday in the Pat McAfee show, he's like, the only thing that's hard is coaching at Alabama is you have to win every single game. That's the standard, 100%. Oh, man. Let's see. Hey, Messiah, what's up, man? Shout out Kyle Henderson, as usual, one of your first subs. Oh, thanks, bro. Yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. for all the continued support on the channel. And I encourage everybody to, encourage watch the other channels too, right? There's some great content creators out there, whether they're, like the King of College Football, Josh Pate, or, other Alabama channels. There's a lot of people doing, great work, and I appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity to be here. The super chats I really appreciate it. So thank you so much for rocking with me this football season, 100%. I think we definitely got to watch run the ball, right? And what does that mean for Alabama? Well, to me, that means clearly running between the tackles, kind of like that first drive, right? That first drive that Alabama had. What were you saying to yourself when Alabama came out against Florida State and they had that 16-play drive? It was 16 plays, right? 75 yards or something like that. I was like this, yep, that's it. We got the quarterback that can do it. We're running the ball, a variety of running backs. We're dominating the line of scrimmage. Like, yep, this is it. I was saying, I think I was on the watch along. It'd be funny to go back and see what I was saying. I was saying, this is what we wanted from Ryan Grubb. And I was like, see, he's not scared to run the ball. He's going to run the ball. I told you. And then things changed. So run the football, right? And Kevin Riley, if you have opportunity, maybe look, Richard Young is the guy for sure, but I was sleeping on Kevin Riley. There was some of you that knew what Kevin Riley was going to bring to the table. I thought he was kind of still in development. He's developed. That guy he's very good. Very, very good. Let's see what Lloyd has to say inside the comment box real quick. Lloyd, what's up, man? New starters. What Bama needs is a new coach. Stop blaming the players. Womack and DeBoer have no business coaching at Bama. I'm sure you heard the call yesterday from Matt in Mobile. And he was talking about, that Coach Kalen DeBoer, you need to give him 4 years. And a lot of people sided with him. A lot of people starting to come to Coach Kalen DeBoer's defense now that kind of, we've had 5 days to get past that loss. That's a whole other topic. Maybe we'll talk about that in the next segment. But that call got heated. And then somebody inside the comment box was like, this is an Auburn fan. He just wants DeBoer to be here for a long time. So you got to run the ball, plain and simple. You got to run the ball. Be smart inside the red zone, goal line situations, feed the big dog, Daniel Hill. Richard Young can even deliver a pop. But let's see what those running backs can do in, some more opportunities. Offensive line, clearly, right? You got to see the offensive line take a step forward. Like Dana was saying, is that their ceiling? Was that their floor? Today, they should be dominant against Louisiana Monroe. 100%. 1,000,000%, they should be dominant. So the tackles, we need to see them take a step forward. Jaden Roberts, it looks like he's healthy. Will he start? I don't know if it matters, but you need to see the offensive line take steps forward 100%. And then effort from the defense, like just effort. I think clearly stopping the run as well, but like effort. And what was crazy is watching the game, I didn't necessarily like see lack of effort. It wasn't until we saw like experts, right? Like professional experts, like that I keep thinking about Bray Hubbard jogging. I was like, man, that's like one of my favorite players. That was hard to see. So more effort from these guys. I don't think it's a talent issue, right? It's more of like an effort deal. And then I got to figure out, like, I want to see Deontay Lawson too. How does he look today? All right. So we asked ChatGPT yesterday. We're like, why are you still confident in Alabama having such a successful season? Because if you've asked everybody, including ChatGPT, this is like a thing going around. ChatGPT still has Alabama finishing out 10-2. And so I asked ChatGPT, I was like, why are you so confident still following the game against Florida State? And here's what it said. It said, look, the effort-focused team, tackling mindset and hustle can be restored quickly. Okay. Not mad about that. The coaching resiliency. It says DeBoer has shown ability to turn things around in past roles. Okay. The leadership path, right, and the leadership depth, rather. Experienced starters can reignite the culture and discipline. Started thinking about that. I was like Ty Simpson, Tim Keenan, some of the, Jeremy Bernard, who's became, one of the vets, really a captain in my opinion. And then last part, it said analyst perspective, and then it cut off. Like literally, it didn't finish. So I don't know what that means. But maybe the leadership can kind of grab they had a team meeting, right? But this is what ChatGPT has them, with the percentages. A 98% chance today. Let's see what Oceanic Jazz. I really like this username. Oceanic Jazz says this. Kyle, did you see on the Hey Coach where DeBoer said it took us too long to score on that first drive? Eating up the clock, keeping the opponent offense on the side is what we want. Yeah, I guess I missed that. I did watch it. Sometimes when he's talking, I kind of, you know, he says a lot of stuff. I didn't know he said that. I missed that. I personally like long, sustaining drives. I think, especially on the road, I thought that was exactly what you needed in a game like that because it takes the air out of the stadium. It didn't help when Florida State just came right back, you know, and scored. Scott Stewart. Man, this almost said Stuart Scott. Man, remember him? One of the greatest. ESPN is predicting Bama to lose 5 more games this year, 6-6. I don't know. ESPN or ChatGPT? Who are we taking? Let me ask a poll inside the comment box. All right. Will Alabama win at least 9 games? Yes, no, and then we'll say unsure. Let's just say 9 games. So I put a poll inside the comment box. Go ahead and vote in there. And I say, will Alabama win at least 9 games? So far, we're off to a fast start where 50% believe yes. 33% say no. Now it's kind of changing. I'm probably going to say right now, I probably vote unsure. I just need to see them play like maybe another game. Maybe against Wisconsin, right? I think I'll be able to answer this a little bit better after they play Wisconsin. But ChatGPT is very, you know, these other games, and I get it. These are going to be tough games, right? South Carolina, LSU, Oklahoma, that stretch. The positive thing is DeBoer was undefeated at home last year. Damn. Smoke, what's up, dog? He's been watching since 2009. That's crazy. Yeah, appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for all the support. Yeah, you know, that's a long time. I have YouTube videos that are like 20 years old. It's crazy to go back, right? I just look like a little baby. I think that was even before I had a beard, right? All right, so the weather today, 50% storms. It looks a little bit overcast. It's nice today. Game time, a slight chance of thunderstorms, and then tonight for the fourth quarter could be foggy. I don't know. Games at night are unbelievable, to be honest. I think I had one more graphic that I wanted to show you guys. Let me try to find that. Does anybody have like a last minute, like a bold statement or anything like that today that you guys want to put out on the table? Because I think like I'm feeling, I don't know how I feel about these games. Usually you come into these games and you're like, man, you know, Alabama, they're going to take it to them, this and that. But I'm so, like, I want to be optimistic. You know me. But I kind of feel like kind of blah today. I don't know. I do feel that RICO Scott will eat today, right? With Ryan Williams being out. We have any like last minute bold predictions? And remember, I will be back live 15 minutes before the game for the watch along. So come back and come kick it with me if you want. Let's see what we got. Ty looked like Milroe back there. I don't know about that, but it was crazy seeing Ty running around, right? Man, that was crazy. He was just running and running and running and running. I think we have. There we go. All right. ChatGPT is nothing but a search engine. Yeah, I agree. Odds on effort today. National championship playoff. John Will said, fear the bench, perform. I feel blah too. Right? Right, Beth? It's kind of weird. Like I need like a kick return for a touchdown. And I already told you if I was on, you know what I was thinking? If I was on Coach Caitlin DeBoer's like PR team, I tell him to break a headset. If they get up by like 40, I say break a headset. All right, so look, let's just put this out there in the world and see like what happens, okay? But I was thinking about this. What if Alabama somehow, stay with me here, okay? What if Alabama gets their act together, and starts rolling, okay? And Florida State is winning as well. And I don't know what happens with Florida State, but their schedule is very favorable. So they keep winning as well. And these two teams, like let's say Florida State is just outside the ACC championship, and Bama doesn't make the SEC title game, or maybe they do, all right? Maybe what if Alabama makes the SEC title game? Just hear me out. And Florida State doesn't. They're like the oddball. And Florida State and Alabama loses in the SEC title game, but has like an incredible comeback, and they're playing at the highest level, and they lose to like Texas. And then the last two teams to get in for like a spot is between Alabama and Florida State. Can you imagine this? And then what if they pick Alabama, even though they played head-to-head, but they'll be like, yo, but that was at the beginning of the year, and look what Alabama's done, right? What if Alabama wins the SEC title game and like knocks out Florida State? Can you imagine? I'm hoping for that so bad. I'm hoping for it to come down at the end of the year to those two teams. Could you, oh my God, Florida State would, their heads would explode. Or could you imagine if they end up like meeting in the playoffs? Playoffs? Maybe we should just talk about winning this game today against Louisiana Monroe. I don't know. I was just thinking, I was like, can you imagine how hilarious that would be? No, Bill F. and Murray. What's up, dog? Bill F. and Murray. Good to see you, man. Florida State. I thought they were a good team. They look good. They played fast. Gus Malzahn was that guy. He did a good job. Their quarterback was a nightmare. No, I think they'll be really good. Odds on effort today, I think they should be much more inspired. And people keep saying, I keep seeing it on social media, that Alabama's going to play more people, right, today, I guess. But listen to this. This is the reason I think they're going to play more people, because this is a game where you can say that. And it's, you know, if you don't play me, you don't like me, and I'm thinking about the transfer portal. So this is a perfect spot to be like, hey, we need you today. We need you to step up and play. That's why. Callaway's like, how are you bashing people's career season off one game, right? We went nuclear. The first game, dude, Callaway, you're right. This first game told us everything, right? That's the problem with these first game when you play somebody tough in the first week. You lose, oh my goodness. Because there was so much buildup. How many times did I tell you, oh, the defense, they're too deep. This team's ready. Ty Simpson. And they come out and get beat by 2 scores. No, I'm still getting it too. I promise you. Real American Studios, what's up? I thought you were going to Real American Heroes. I hope we're playing more people because we are big, and not because we're subbing 6 different people at every position. Yeah, I'm curious to see how many people rotate in today. I have a weird. Rick says he has a weird feeling today. We are going to lose to Louisiana Monroe. Jason Bassinger says, start a fund me for D'Amico. Dude, D'Amico Ryans, he'll never come here. That's it. Like, never. Because he's so damn good. I get it. I wish he would come back, but he'll never come back. He's just an NFL guy. One of the best. Let's see. Elephant in the room. Jalen Mbakwe is a playmaker who's been wasted. He played 1 play, right? He played 1 play. That's crazy. Let's see. Loud Smoke says, people putting faith in a quarterback that Saban obviously had none in is crazy, but had the nerve to talk about Milroe. Man, we will never stop talking about it's going to take us a long time to stop talking about Milroe, right? You imagine what if Milroe goes absolutely ham in the NFL? I know he's the backup, but that first preseason game, I was like, he looked kind of nice. The last couple preseason games, he didn't. The game that he played the entire game against Green Bay, he didn't look that good. He had 1 drive that was okay. Randall says that game was a crap show. Yeah, that was terrible. All right, fam. Well, look, I will be back. Does anybody have a question for me before I dip out? Any questions for me personally? But 15 minutes prior to the game, we'll start the watch along. All right. So I'll watch the game with you. We'll make observations. We'll we'll go right into Coach Kalen DeBoer's press conference, and then we'll take your calls and stuff like that all tonight. So usually the stream lasts around 5-6 hours. So it's a long one, but it'll be good. I feel like my prediction is very high. It's 45-0. I already said that. I think if the disaster scenario is if they lose, clearly. I think even if it's like 31 to like 17 or something like that, people will be pissed off, right? I don't think that Louisiana Monroe scores more than 10 points. I don't think so, right? It's at home. It's a night game. You got to be fired up. Night games here are unbelievable. Mike Jones, what's up, bro? Mike Jones. Yo, what's up, Mike Jones? Do we have any Mike Jones fans up in here? Remember Mike Jones? Mike Jones. Man. 281-330-8004. I wish that was my calling line number. That way I could say it. Mike Jones. And remember Paul Wall, the people's champ? Yeah. Absolutely, bro. I appreciate you. Thank you very much for being here. Maroon Panther, what's up, man? Have you got over your love fest for Ohio State? No, dude. Maroon, didn't you think they looked good? That defense was nasty. Did it seem like I was in love with them? I just thought I liked the way that they played defense. I thought Matt Patricia did a really good job with them. I still have Texas ranked as the number one team in the SEC. I just think there's a big gap right now where Ohio State is and then the rest of, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I was tripping. I don't know. Let's see. Mean Saltine says, our issues originate on the line of both sides, offense and defense. Yeah, I don't think you can go away from that. Let's see. Elephant in the Room says, bro, anyone that can score in this lazy-ass defense. Kyle, why are you acting like this defense just relentless? 45-0 is unrealistic. Yeah, maybe. Mike Jones. Man, that album that he had was solid, 100%. Mean Saltine says Ohio State can win it all again. I would agree. Rick says, I wish you had your faith in Bama. Man, look, if things go sideways, it'll be dicey even for me, because last year I could see the analytics, right? When Alabama lost to Vanderbilt, people checked out. So like right now, people still engaged, right? Because there's still hope, there's still excitement. This is what I'm predicting. You beat Louisiana Monroe. You have a really good game today. Things calm down, right? But people understand who they played. And then you go into Wisconsin and you're like, all right, well, it'll probably be a closer game than we anticipate, right? And then we have this week. We have basically 2 weeks to talk about Georgia. 2 weeks for Coach Kalen DeBoer, Ryan Grubb, Kane Womack to prepare for Georgia, Kirby Smart to prepare for Alabama. You see what I'm saying? It'll be one hell of a buildup. Georgia will probably be like number 3. So Alabama will really have an opportunity within this first quarter of the season to really gain a lot of momentum back if they're able to go to Athens and to beat Georgia, right? So Georgia will probably be like, I would imagine if the two teams are playing right now, like, I don't know, 8.5-point favorite, which is fine. All that stuff bodes perfectly for Alabama. So that game for Georgia could really turn the tide. But you got to be able to, really put it together. Am I optimistic about 9 wins? I'm unsure. I think because I look to the road games. Road games for this team, road games for this coaching staff seem to be very challenging. 2-5 since he got here, right? All right, fam. Well, I appreciate you guys. Remember today, the injury report looks like this. You have Jaden Roberts back, Jeremiah Buman out, Tim Keenan out, Jan Miller out, and Ryan Williams out. Time for a lot of new players to step up today. I'll be back for the watch along 15 minutes before kickoff today right here on Bama Football on YouTube. I appreciate you guys. Get inside the comment box. I hope to see you guys for my live tonight for the watch along at some point in time. Come say what's up. For the pinwheel for the Block A for the raffle, it is still open. We will spin it during the opening portion of the watch along. All right. Have a great Saturday. There's not a lot of great games on, to be honest. That Oklahoma-Michigan game, but the college football schedule is a little light today. All right. Love you guys. Have a good